Welcome to my almost daily streams. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the Lego group who are worth billions and billions of dollars. And today we are building bag 7 of the Lego Friends Apartments and Shops set 42670. Let's open the bag, shall we? And we're just going to build it until we see some people in chat. Hey Billy, good to see you here, buddy. What do you mean it took a few tries? YouTube doesn't show the videos to pick from, so something went wrong. Are you watching on your computer or your phone? So you're on your phone. you can click your name in the bottom right. Are you are you updating other apps in the background? Also, hey, Clicks Bricks, good to see you here. Apparently, they're having the same technical difficulty. Are you also watching on your phone, Clicks Bricks? Yeah, maybe it's a phone thing. I mainly watch YouTube on my computer, and the only questionable thing I had when I logged on before I woke up is that I needed to refresh because um, the live right now wasn't working properly. That was the extent of my problems. What was the extent of your problems? Maybe we can get to the bottom of this. So your subscriptions weren't loading properly. Where is this piece? Oh, here it is. Hey, Candy. Good to see you here. We're still building this set. Oh, purple door frames. You don't see that a lot in sets. And I put this on the wrong orientation. So, yeah, that's white. Hey, Candy, are you having any problems with YouTube right now? We need a sticker 18. Are you also watching YouTube on your phone? So are your subscriptions also not loading? Actually, no, that's not the right length of brick. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that must be a glitch across the whole website right now. On the app. because I was on the app earlier. Actually, no, I wasn't on the app earlier. I woke up, I logged onto YouTube, and at first glance, it looked like people who aren't normally live, who are normally live right now weren't. But then I refreshed because I was like, that doesn't make sense. And so I refreshed, and yeah, it did show that they were were live. I think sometimes stuff like that happens when YouTube's making changes. Is something falls through the cracks. It's kind of like when Taylor Swift posted that photo that she proposed to Travis Kelce, and then the whole of Instagram crashed because of the user traffic being driven to that post. Which, if you follow me on Instagram, that was the first thing that I ever reposted on Instagram. Because Meta platforms finally... No, sorry, not Meta, because Threads was doing it from the start when they invented that. But Instagram finally had the thought to add reposts to that website. And that was the very first thing that I reposted. Can't find something. There it is. It was hiding. Let's angle this down ever so slightly. Hi, Alexandria. Good to see you here. Okay, now we got to build 2 of these things. Are you also having problems with YouTube? Are you watching on your phone or your computer? Yeah, well, is your subscriptions also not loading properly? Ah, sorry, I put this gear on the wrong way. There you go, that's better. Because it looks like we're building a fireplace thing. Maybe. Yeah, technical difficulties are everywhere right now. That's neat. So when I spin the crank at the back, it spins the washing machines. And actually, no. That bevel gear isn't lining up. Sorry, I built this wrong. I need to get this bevel gear to line up. Told you to try again. I'm gonna log back into YouTube and see if anything weird happens for me. No, my subscriptions worked this time. Okay, let's see if this spins. No, why isn't this spinning? Ah, I see. That isn't even the right way. Let me pull this out. Yeah, so don't press the home page then, just stay on this stream till it's ended. Let me change the orientation of this beveled gear. just as long as you can, or just as long as the broadcast isn't being interrupted, and as long as you can comment during the duration of the broadcast. That's not going to affect anyone's ability to interact with me. Well, I'll have a question of the day. Well, I only have questions of the day when more people are here. Okay, now that's spinning properly. Now that's spinning properly. I had both of the beveled gears, the wrong orientation. But what I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, because I can't think of anything hot off the presses. I didn't build something right here. Yeah, I was so concentrated on getting that beveled gear right, I didn't build some of this stuff on the side. You're on the last big bag of the set you're building. What set are you building? Because last time you said you were building the beekeepers as something, the beekeeper's cottage, whatever, in Friends. 21064. Oh, you're building the Eiffel Tower. No, sorry, not the Eiffel Tower. The City of Love architecture. Maybe this is a pottery office or something. Yeah, this looks like a pottery office. Maybe the artist makes pottery and sells it out of here. And we need a gauge on top here. And there's a grill. Where's the grill? There's a grill. So what was wrong about the original set you didn't like? Oh, and there's a goblet which goes inside there. It's being cooked in the oven right now. Now let's turn this around. So you built it, but it's still on your coffee table. Do you have a designated place where you display sets like that? Because with sets like that, I just put that on the Billy bookcases in my room. But some sets like that look good in public view, not just in your view. Like I know some people's wives who hang the art sets they build up on the wall. First, the plates you build onto large with a thin one in the middle that kept moving. There's a stability problem then. Had to stabilize it. Then too many one stud connectors. So it sounds like a stability problem in that set then. Now I'm thinking. Wait, if I could line it up with these studs or these anti-studs. Yeah, got me thinking about the collab I'm doing with Brick Together in 2 days. You replaced the whole piece and it's not perfect, but is it at least an improvement over the original design? Because sometimes set designers can't make things as accurate or stable as they want because of the parts budget they have for the set. Yeah, a lot of people hang those art sets around the house. Maybe I don't know people. Well, I know some people who have those floating shelves. That's where they put their architecture sets. Just as long as it's stable, then it works. That's why Lego started including more Technic pieces inside of their sets, because they realized just a skeletal botting meant that it wasn't as structurally sound. Because if you make it more robust, then you'll add to its structural integrity. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I will be doing a collab with Brick Together, and I told them that I will be going live at my regular time slot because my subscribers have an expectation. And I told them that we can spend the first hour on their channel, and then they can spend the next hour on my channel. I haven't been watching Brick Together as long as most people out there in our little circle. I'm not sure if they've done that before. That'll be in 2 days. I told them, yeah, I'm still going live at my regular time slot, and just because we're doing a collab, that doesn't interrupt my schedule because my subscribers have expectations. Yeah. And I told them all of that, and they said okay, which I'm going to take that as they are prepared to use StreamYard and come on with me. I know people like that are hesitant to use software that is not YouTube's, but people have to realize that YouTube's streaming software is inferior. And the more people I can convert to using StreamYard instead, the easier it will be for everyone to do more collabs in the future. Because the problem with YouTube software is that it's too hard for too many people to schedule stuff beforehand. Because almost everyone I watch who just uses the YouTube software, they don't schedule their streams. You can schedule your streams with YouTube's software, but I don't know why so many people don't. Because for an example, I know that Lego Timmy just uses YouTube's software, but he's able to schedule his streams. In what way? Hey Johnny, good to see you here, buddy. We're at the end of bag 7 on this set. You see, that's the thing, Alexandria. That's why I want to organize raid trains with people so that we stop overlapping each other and that we can start sharing each other's views and grow together as a community. And therefore, we can be with more of our friends at any given time. Also, hello, Frankenfrog. Good to see you here, buddy. You know, I think we have enough people in the chat now to ask a daily question. So my question of the day is going to be, so you guys know that I asked what is your favorite foliage piece? And now I'm going to ask, have you ever built a foliage room? Have you ever built a foliage or a naturistic mock? Because, for example, I built this crocodile with a cannon strapped to its back, hiding in some bushes. And you could imagine this is somewhere on a deserted or a tropical island. Have you ever built a mock like this? And it doesn't have to be that. Let me go get something else. It could also be something like this, which is the forestman's treehouse I built. It could be, and now let me move this out of the way. It could be something like the carrot farm that I showed off yesterday, because that's technically foliage. I mean, it's using primarily foliage pieces. So Candy hasn't. Frankenfrog built a mock with lots of green foliage for your Ewoks. So you built something for the Forest Moon of Endor. That counts. How many days are you going to be here for, Johnny, around then? Actually, hang on a minute. Something doesn't add up. Yeah, we need to put another brick. Yeah, I seriously want to organize more raid trains, particularly on Thursday and Friday, because I know that when I go back to grad school, I don't have classes on those days. So if Billy builds mock, it's normally a vehicle. Okay. That one you build. Yeah, that used the Forestman. It's a Forestman's treehouse. Yeah, it's one of the silliest and most fun things I ever thought to do. So I did it, and then I decided to build a mock out of it. You got Bugs Bunny that would love to hang out there. Where? Oh yeah, at the carrot farm, because yeah, bunnies like to eat carrots in the same way that that koalas like to eat eucalyptus leaves. Alexandria hasn't built anything like that because you don't have the pieces, but you combine the polybags with plants to make something that looks better. Hey Liam, good to see you here, buddy. We're still building this Lego Friends set, and the question of the day is: have you ever built a mock that's foliage? Because if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen pictures of some of my foliage mocks. If you're in my Discord server, then you would have seen pictures of my foliage mocks. You've never built a mock. Do you want to ever build a mock? Yeah, it doesn't matter which orientation. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Well, if you're watching on your phone, it's hard to do the speed controls, but if you're watching on a computer, you just go to the bottom of the screen and you click on the gear icon, and it gives you all those menu options. So what is your idea for building a mock? I assume it's going to be something Star Wars related. Oh yeah, I need there's another tile that goes on top there. I think you can do it on a phone, but it's harder to locate because sometimes when you tap a phone screen when you're watching a stream, it just automatically clean likes. Like if you accidentally do a double tap. Oh, you want to build an oyster farm? That sounds nice. I forgot to put together the mini doll from this bag. See, where we used to go on vacation, there were oyster farms out in the ocean. and the fishermen who vacationed over there, they had to be careful not to run into them. Which is why there were big warning signs out in the bay where that was. Okay, so no, not the 3 dots. Maybe there's a gear icon. Did I miss something? Yes, a 1x3 plate. So I don't know what this is. What this activates. What does this activate? Oh, I see. I see. It's to push the garage door. No, sorry, not the garage door. The security gate down. I see. That's actually a convenient play feature. Yeah, certain areas of our coastline have better performances for different seafood. And I forgot to put some masonry bricks in here. So let me add that. Oh, and I think that goes there. And then there's another slope on top here. But there's another 1x2 tile. And where was that supposed to go? That goes here at the top there. Okay. Well, we'll cap this stream at an hour. So we got 10.5 minutes. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to put, once again, use the stickers as a bookmark in the instructions. We'll kick off at bag 8 tomorrow. And here is what the product looks like currently. So I'm just going to keep on repeating this thing at the end of my streams until there's enough people that engage with it, depending on how much time I have at the end of these streams. It is cool. So if you saw my stream yesterday, then you know what's coming. I'm gonna get angry again. I'm gonna drink water beforehand. And actually, I'm going to go to Tiltify and see what the current tally is for the charity stream we did on the weekend. I assume it's still the same. Yeah, it's still the same. We raised $1,616 for that. So I refined what I want to say after I yelled and screamed about it yesterday. And so I think I can put this on rinse and repeat. But when you're organizing a raid train and you have friends on other social media platforms where you can also go live and you don't want to exclude them, that's going to create a big headache for those watching on the designated social media platform. So if you're doing a raid train on YouTube, but you have friends on Instagram who also go live, and you want to include them if they want to be included, that's going to be a big headache for people going from YouTube to Instagram and then back to YouTube. And the worst part is, if you're an Instagram streamer and you want to be part of the event, and you even create a YouTube channel to get people on YouTube to tell you that you're live, what you have to do is you have to make a community post or whatever with the link to your Instagram so people know where the fuck to go. Or you've got to be in the comments on people's streams saying, hey, I'm next, but not on YouTube. You got to tell them, hey, I'm doing this on Instagram, not YouTube. And so the absolute most confusing thing is if you don't communicate any of that and just assume that people are going to go to your Instagram. That's not going to happen. When you run social media, you have to properly communicate key information. Exactly. I was the same, Johnny. Because you've got to do the bare minimum to communicate to people in an event, hey, this is what the fuck I'm doing. Also, it's been a while. Hey, Demo's puppets. Yeah. So why would you just shove your nose up at the event organizers and the viewers? Not properly communicate that information. And last year, when people did say that, yeah, I'm a part of this charity stream, this raid train, but I'm not going live on YouTube, I'm going live on Instagram, I wanted to support people by going and watching their Instagram streams. But then we all realized that going between the different social media platforms was a pain in the asshole. And I was like, okay, other people feel this same way. I'm going to draw a line in the sand. And it was so ridiculous that when the event organizers did a live stream to build hype for it, one of the event organizers even talked about how inconvenient it was for people to switch from YouTube to Instagram back to YouTube to watch a live stream in a raid train raising money for charity. Now, I'm not going to talk ill will about the quality of those Instagram streams. From what I heard, some people raised hundreds of dollars for the charity through it. So congratulations to them. Round of applause. They helped to raise money for children in need. I'm not going to ever talk ill will about that, because when we buy Lego for us, it's none for the kids. when we donate money, it's all for the kids. But the bare minimum is that you properly communicate that information. Otherwise, you're just going to leave everyone else high and dry and not knowing what the fuck is going on. And so, if any of that shit happens in the future, I'm once again going to draw a line in the sand and say, no, I'm not supporting that. You make it too difficult because you've got to cater the things you do to the lowest common denominator. You've got to make things easy enough that a fifth grader can do it, because not everyone is smarter than a fifth grader. You've got to do the bare minimum to make things easy and convenient for people. Because no one's going to want to go click on or tap on X, Y, and Z to go to blah, blah, blah to watch the bing, bada, boom, bada, bum. No one's going to put in all of that extra effort. You can't expect everyone to do that. Now, I will, because I know a thing or two about technology, but not everyone else is as tech savvy. Anyway, what's your thoughts about that before we end this stream? That was the main thing that I added to the list of things I want to rant about. And it's like, I just wish that people would be more thoughtful. Otherwise, you're going to confuse everyone and leave everyone high and dry. Also, we reached 1,070 subscribers yesterday. So thank you very much, everybody. We'll be at 1,100 before you know it. So that's exciting times. Yeah. Let me drink more water. Yeah, and there's seeing how well the majority of that raid train works only reinforces my mind how important it is for friends who go live on the same day to try and avoid overlapping, because then you spread your audience thin and everyone suffers, because some people are going to pull viewers away. And to the people who say, well, anyone can go live whenever they want. Okay, well, if you do that, you're going to pull viewers away from everyone else. Exactly, Alexandria. You can't expect people to make that change and spin on a dime. You can't expect people to do that, which is why I drew a line in the sand about that. Anyway, thank you for watching this live stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I put out the YouTube redirect, so if you have autoplay enabled, you will go over to the Brick Together channel. If you don't, you'll see a message at the top of the screen to go to the Brick Together channel. So I'll see you on my live stream collaboration with Brick Together, and I'll see you in the next video.